These two people in the picture are Nader and Mona. They are the heroes of one of the most horrifying cases in Kuwait. This case caused a diplomatic crisis between four countries: Kuwait, the Philippines, Syria, and Lebanon. What's surprising about this story is that everything is completely reversed. The person always thought to be the perpetrator is actually the victim. We are about to tell the story of the freezer corpse. This is the complete story of a crime committed in 2014, but it wasn't discovered until a year and 3 months after it happened. To understand this story and the characters involved, we must go back several years. Nader Asaf is a Lebanese young man. He was born in southern Lebanon. He is the only son of his parents. His parents made great efforts to provide him with everything he needed in terms of education and material needs, but they neglected his upbringing and teaching him religious principles. Nader grew up and discovered his passion for trade, especially in sales. He showed great skill in selling clothes and shoes. He had extensive experience with international brands. He could brilliantly sell any item to any customer. He used his strong personality and great power of persuasion. But unfortunately, he started using these skills for immoral purposes. His relationship with his parents was very bad. He interpreted their fear for him as a desire to prevent him from succeeding. In early 2008, Nader got an excellent job opportunity in Kuwait. It was in one of the most famous international brand stores. He began to use his intelligence to acquire money through dishonest means. During that period, a girl named Mona Hassoun caught his attention. She was of Syrian origin and residing in Kuwait. She was 3 years younger than Nader. She had the same qualities: intelligence, ambition, and a lack of upbringing, religion, and humanity. She had been married before, then divorced. Mona saw Nader as the right person she could rely on. She deliberately approached him. She quickly succeeded in building a friendship. After a while, it turned into admiration, then love, then into complete control. Although Nader was strong-willed, he was weak in front of her. She made the decisions. He carried them out. After a year of their relationship, Nader decided to marry Mona. He informed his family in Lebanon. She informed her family in Syria. The two traveled to Lebanon. Nader was surprised by his parents' complete rejection of the marriage, for several reasons, the most important being their discomfort with Mona. Nader did not express any desire to discuss with his parents. He held the wedding despite their objection. None of his family members attended. Just 2 days after the wedding, he and Mona returned to Kuwait. After a year of marriage, they were blessed with a child. Mona decided to bring a maid to help her. They chose a 25-year-old Filipino girl named Joanna Dima Felix. She was kind and honest, but she didn't know she would be living with devils. Mona treated Joanna very badly. She constantly quarreled with her. Things often escalated to hitting and humiliation. Joanna was afraid to complain. She feared being expelled and returning to her country. Mona constantly repeated this threat. At the end of 2012, Nader's mother decided to restore her relationship with her son. She traveled to Kuwait to spend 2 weeks with him. Just 2 days after her arrival, an argument broke out. Mona kicked her out of the house. Nader took his mother to a travel agency. He booked her a ticket. He returned her to Lebanon. He told her that he could not anger Mona. Since then, his relationship with his parents has been completely severed. A year passed. One day, Joanna broke an important decorative piece for Mona. Mona's anger ignited. She beat her savagely. 2 days later, Nader went to the police station. He reported Joanna missing. He claimed she had run away from home. Joanna became a violator according to the law. An arrest warrant was issued for her. Joanna communicated with her family only once or twice a year, so they did not suspect her disappearance. A whole year passed. We reached the end of 2015. Nader and Mona had several reports against them for fraud and bounced checks. Suddenly, they completely disappeared from Kuwait. Their car was still parked under the house. The apartment owner had not received rent for 3 months. He began to worry. He filed a lawsuit to obtain the apartment. After another 3 months, the court ruled in his favor. A security force went with him to open the apartment. They found the door locked with multiple padlocks. When they entered, it was clear that the apartment was abandoned. Everything was dusty. Then they went to the freezer, and there was the shock. They found a completely frozen corpse. Her hands and feet were tied. She had been placed in the freezer while still alive. The body was sent to forensics. Matching fingerprints confirmed it was Joanna. The report indicated severe blows to the head. There were clear signs of torture, but the main cause of death was freezing. Kuwaiti authorities confirmed that Nader and Mona had fled, first to Lebanon, then to Syria. Kuwait requested Interpol to pursue them. Nader and Mona were arrested in Syria. Nader was deported to Lebanon. They were tried in absentia in Kuwait. A death sentence was issued against them. Nader confessed to everything. He said Mona beat Joanna until she lost consciousness. He tied her up. He put her in the freezer while she was still alive. He feared that she would wake up and report them. The Philippines demanded their trial on its territory. They refused their trial in Kuwait. A real diplomatic crisis erupted. It ended with the intervention of wise people from both sides. More important than education, clothing and food, is upbringing. Teach your children their religion. Instill values in them, because this is what will protect them and make them well-adjusted human beings.